You might be surprised to know that despite being over 100 years old, this penny is worth significantly less than a dollar. In fact, it's probably worth around 20 or 30 cents. And most of these pennies are from the 40s and 50s, and they're worth around 10 or 15 cents after all this time, even if they're in pretty good shape. So that's obviously something that can be a little bit shocking to people who first find out about coin collecting. But what if I told you that it's even worse? Because what if you actually went and tried to sell somebody a single wheat penny? Well, I'm going to guess that most of us out there don't know anybody in their real life who wants to buy a single wheat penny from them at a time, or probably anybody who even wants to buy them at all, because let's just be honest, it's not that common of a hobby to have in the first place. So, what I'm trying to say is that you're not going to a coin shop and selling one of these. You're not selling one of these to your friend. You're probably going to the good old fee bay, and that means, well, it means fees, and your 20 cents or 30 cents might become now 16 cents or 24 cents. Now, I do understand that nobody on eBay really sells a wheat penny for 30 cents. What they do is they build the shipping into the cost of the coin itself so that they don't end up losing money on shipping as well, because that's the other really important variable to consider, is that a single stamp costs more than any of these wheat pennies are realistically worth. So the cost to ship them is higher than the cost of the penny itself. So that means that somebody's got to pay for that shipping, and in 99% of cases that's going to be the consumer, because whoever's selling coins doesn't want to lose money. But what that means is that a lot of times you'll see a wheat penny will be listed for $1.50, and then it'll have free shipping somehow, and you wonder, man, how are they affording to ship it? But really, that penny is only worth like 20 or 30 cents. Now, here is the true nitty gritty of wheat pennies. Nobody in their right mind, at least, is buying wheat pennies as single coins. What people like to do is they buy them at the very bare minimum as a single roll, because that way you're guaranteed to get 50 coins and you're still only shipping it once. I don't know why the S was so hard to pronounce there. But yeah, a roll of wheat pennies is pretty heavy, so it costs more to ship than a single wheat penny, but the cost of shipping out 50 wheat pennies individually would be way higher, something like $65 at the very bare minimum, versus maybe $5 or $6 to ship out a single roll. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but it's definitely much more manageable, and that's the really key factor here, is minimizing the cost that you're putting out per coin that you're selling. So what this leads to is, well, as you can imagine, some pretty big discounts, because when you buy the amount of wheat pennies that you guys saw in the beginning, something like this, you're paying a whole lot less per coin than when you buy a single roll. And when you buy a roll, you're paying a lot less per coin than when you buy a single coin. So that scale of economy leads these coins to realistically not selling for more than 5 or maybe 10 cents a piece if they're from like the 1910s and 20s every time they go up on eBay. That is just the honest, raw truth of wheat pennies. I'm not going to drag this video on any longer because I think that's all I really need to say here. Peace.